How's it going, mates? It's Mrjacharles, and we are back with a Let's Talk. And I've missed you guys. My hair is a mess, and you can see the bed is also a mess. Sorry about that, but you know, I don't clean anymore. I don't like being hygienic, heaven forbid. So I've been thinking a lot during December what I wanted to do with my Let's Talks. Because don't get me wrong, I like seeing my friends' channels and seeing how they're doing with gaming. But every once in a while when I go to a complete stranger's channel and they have the same kind of thing, or I just don't know that much about them, it just doesn't feel that special. But don't get me wrong, I would still react to a gaming channel, but what's the point if that channel or its content doesn't mean anything to me? So then I thought, what do I like? What do I, Mrjacharles, like? And I remember my writing. So I thought, why don't I react to some stories? I'm going to start it with one of my old favourites. Not favourite of all time. My favourite of all time is Lauren Kate Fallen. I want to react to Edgar Allan Poe's The Telltale Heart. Before I start though, a special thanks to you guys, because you guys watched No One Lives Forever, the first part, which I dedicated to my grandfather. And that actually did mean a lot to me. I've been wanting to make that video for some time. It's just the resources and stuff, and there was a lot of flickering in the video. But thank you for watching it. It does mean a lot you did that. But anyway, to the video! So for this video, I'm only going to go for this animation I found by Annette Jung. I think that's how you say the name. It's quite an old video now, but I think it's the best depiction of The Telltale Heart, which is like one of Edgar Allan Poe's big pieces. He's a famous Gothic writer. One I learned a bit about in sixth form, it was more for the style and stuff. So let's get straight to the video, shall we? Oh. He looks lovely, doesn't he? Sorry, what's wrong with his hair? What? Is that a hair on his head, or is that like someone drew an up arrow to his bald patch just to insult him? God, he looks really menacing, doesn't he? Oh god, okay. That scared me. Thanks, friend. I didn't know this video would have jump scares.
Nervous. Very dreadfully nervous I had been.
Had you?
But why will you say that I am mad?
Well, because you have 3 head brows.
It is impossible to say how first the idea entered my brain. But once conceived, it haunted me day and night.
So, wait a minute, did I just see that right? You will die. Well, I wondered where the idea did come from. Maybe your soup's like poisoned or something.
Object there is none.
Whoa, okay, he is eating that soup.
Passion.
Does he have no arms?
I love the old man.
Okay. Even though he doesn't have any arms to eat with.
I think it was his eye.
Okay, well first off, that spider going over the eye is kind of disturbing. I'm surprised he hasn't got any eye diseases like that, but that has to be an eye disease. How was he born like that? What did he do to his eye to do that? Did he, like, look at some kind of radiation ray and then just grew? And instead of looking at a doctor, he just thought, oh yeah, I'll just keep it like this, thanks. I'll just have an eye, like, 3 times the size of my other eye. How's that not killing him? God, he is hating that eye.
What was this? He had the eye of a vulture.
Yeah, a vulture with one really huge eye, like freaking 3 times the size of the other eye. I mean, I'd be kind of worried if I was in, like, the desert in Texas somewhere and there were, like, vultures. I don't know if vultures are in Texas, but I'd be kind of scared if I saw a vulture with one eye extremely bigger than the other one.
Whenever it fell upon me, my blood ran cold.
Oh
and
no.
So, by degrees, I made up my mind to take the life of the old man.
So, basically, this guy just doesn't like his eye. Okay. Okay, then. Is he disabled? Can he not walk either?
Mad. Madmen know nothing. But you should have seen me. With what dissimulation I went to work. Every night about midnight, I turned the latch of his door and opened it. You would have laughed to see how cunningly I proceeded.
By opening a door. I'm pretty sure even monkeys could probably open a door had they access to the device and they weren't in a cage.
But I found the eye always closed.
Oh.
So it was impossible to do the work. For it was not the old man who vexed me, but his evil eye.
He literally hates this guy. Not the fact that he rides on his back. Not the fact that he has no eating manners or arms. But just the fact he has a big eye. Okay, and that crow's just singing. Man, I would love to see that crow on X Factor.
Then, one night, I was more than usually cautious and
Were you
opened the
now?
door.
Were you? Well, that's not very cautious, is it?
Perhaps he heard me. Now you may think that I drew back, but no. His room was black as pitch with a thick darkness.
So you decided to dance.
I knew that he could not see the opening of the door. Who is there? He cried out. It was the groan of mortal terror.
Oh wow, okay. And he's asking if we fancy him mad. I think after that, we kind of have to say yes. I mean, you can't really imagine a proper sane man to think this is sane.
Listen, the beating of the old man's heart.
You can hear that all the way from over there.
And now a new anxiety seized me. The sound would be heard by a neighbor. The old man's hour had come.
Okay, well, first off, that is a fabulous face. Look at that tongue. That tongue looks like it could stretch, like, all the way to his nose. And for a second, how loud can a heart be? If it was that loud, surely it would, like, be breaking his ears right now. Oh, and there he goes, putting the body under the floorboards, where obviously no one's going to spot it. Totally sane, totally sane.
By a neighbor during the night. Suspicion of foul play had been aroused.
Wait, hold on, go back. Where are their neighbours? Did the dead hear him? I can't see a single neighbour anywhere. Oh, who could have let us down? Could it be that angel? That angel looks pretty suspicious. Or maybe that really fat gargoyle.
Suspicion of foul play had been aroused.
Had it.
What had I to fear?
Yeah, with that face you just made, I'm sure they wouldn't suspect a thing.
I said, was my own in a bad dream. The old man I mentioned was absent. In the country. I took my visitors all over the house.
Okay.
I bade them search well.
That is one strange house, I'm not gonna lie. Did you see the pictures?
I led them at length to his chamber, and desired them here to rest from their fatigues, while I myself, in the wild audacity of my perfect triumph, placed my own seat upon the very spot beneath which reposed the corpse of the victim.
Wait, hold on. They didn't even search the place. They literally just walked in. I mean, sure, one of them took down a book from the bookcase. Well, maybe you'd like to take off all the books and think maybe the body's there. Maybe, before having your tea or whatever he's pouring for you, which could be poisonous, maybe you should, like, search the bedroom where the body is. But you know what? Don't ask me. I'm not a policeman. Oh, okay.
My manner had convinced them. I was singularly at ease. They sat and chatted familiar things.
Ooh, but...
Ere long, I felt myself getting pale and wished them gone.
Oh no.
I arose and argued about trifles in a high key and with violent gesticulations.
Okay.
They're not be gone.
And they didn't notice you saying that.
What could I do?
You could get out of the room
I raged.
and just forget about it.
Was it possible they heard not? Almighty God! No, they suspected. They knew. Indeed, they knew. They were making a mockery of my horror. This, I thought.
Yes.
If anything was better than this agony. Anything was more tolerable than this derision.
How have none of them noticed what he's doing at them? He just, like, friggin' ripped out his nipples. How does no policeman know? These policemen are crap. God, I feel good we have forensics these days. At least they have half a brain. Better brain than these guys.
I felt I must scream or die.
Oh no.
I shrieked. I admit the deed. Tear off the plans.
Oh.
It is the beating of his hideous heart.
How does that work? How does that work? Okay, and that's the video. Just two more comments there. How the hell did that guy throw the head? Let's just watch this. How did this man throw this head from his house to this insane asylum? And how the hell does that eye open when he's dead? I mean, good animation, but I do question a few things. So that was Annette Jung's Telltale Heart. The animation is Annette Jung, but the story is Edgar Allan Poe. Honestly, if you're ever into horror writing or gothic, then Edgar Allan Poe's always been like the #1 person. At least in my opinion. I know there's like Frankenstein and stuff, but a lot of those were like one-hit wonders. I always find Edgar Allan Poe always knew how to make the good, scary stories. Okay, so now that's the end of the animation, it's time to go to technical difficulties. And I've got a bit of a big one. I've bought a new computer. Now, I haven't plugged it in yet, I'm still using the old one, but at some point, I'm going to need to plug it in. I'm waiting for Bay to come with this thing so I can transfer all the old stuff into the new computer. But God knows when that'll be. But hopefully I should be able to play some newer games. I do have a few on my mind. I want to get to Deus Ex Mankind Divided. I love that game. Well, I love the Deus Ex series. I haven't played Mankind Divided, but I'm looking forward to it. Game of the Week! God, I have missed Game of the Week. But I shall go through the games now. So, we have Animation Throwdown, where we got to go with Family Guy and Futurama, and we played card games. I mean, that happens in the series, right? We have Soul Max 2, a sequel game. I'm always into my sequel games. It was a pretty basic, but pretty slick game where you try to take over planets. Two Rooms, where basically you were in two rooms and you played as two robots trying to unlock the puzzle, I guess. Unlock the puzzle. I suppose beat the puzzle is a better way of saying it, but basically we were two robots just trying to get to a finishing line. Zombie Insanity. I still don't know how to say that. Is it Zombie Insanity? Or is it just Zombie Insanity? It's something with zombie and something with insanity in it. But basically, we were on a space station, which didn't even look that advanced, and we killed zombies. And I did figure out the game did tell me how to switch weapons, it's just I was too stupid to remember it. Epic Boss Fights, the game where Bullet Heaven and Death vs. Monsters had a baby, and it was a pretty good game. Got to kill a giant spider, a friggin' tank. I hate tanks, they seem to have a thing against me. And we also got to kill a huge eye, that's pretty good. And lastly, we have Burrito Bison. I think it's Bison. Bison? I think it's Bison. I can never say Bison or Bison correctly. But basically, we fire a Bison in the air to kill some gummy bears. Yeah, I don't know what the story is. I don't know who came up with that. But to be fair, it was still a pretty good game. I did like how it did improve on the type of Toss the Turtle game it was. So which is Game of the Week? Well, I'm going to go from number 6 to number 1. Number 6 being Two Rooms. The issue I had with it was it's very repetitive, the puzzles weren't that hard, and trying to get your robot to the finish line wasn't that difficult. I think it could have done, I suppose the mechanics they added, there was a fair few of them, but I think it just needed much more difficulty for me to really enjoy it. Number 5 is Soul Max 2. I had seen the mechanic before in Civilization Wars, except this time it's in space, and the lights are glowing. There wasn't much to the game except that you had to take over planets. I liked how it had a reasonable amount of difficulty. I mean, I struggled to do later levels, but other than that, there wasn't that much to the game. Number 4 is Zombie Insanity. You guys seem to really like this. Personally, I didn't like how they didn't say about the weapons thing except one time. It was enjoyable to kill the zombies, but again, it gets a bit repetitive, and I didn't know where my goal was. But you know what? I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. Number 3, Burrito Bison, or Bison, or whatever it is. That's getting annoying now. I had seen the game mechanic before, but I did like how they added new stuff, and I really liked the upgrades they had, which were actually permanent, unlike other games where they're just like temporary boosts you could get that make you go really far. So yeah, Burrito Bison, that's a pretty good game. Number 2 is Animation Throwdown. Now, it was a brilliant game, despite the story making no sense. I cannot see why Family Guy would play card games with Futurama, or Bob's Burgers, or friggin' anyone else. But I gotta admit, the game mechanic was actually pretty good and pretty interesting. There's a lot of grinding you can do on it, you can get a lot of fun out of it. I guess it looked a bit like a Facebook game to me, where they give you missions and stuff. I didn't know if there was an NG bar or anything. But you know what, I did find it a good game, and I did find that, even though they didn't voice the characters did seem pretty genuine. Which makes number 1, Epic Boss Fights. Absolutely brilliant. I loved the upgrades. I loved what you had to do. I don't think it was too long or too short. And I loved how you could actually notice when you improved, like in terms of actually playing the game and mastering the mechanics, and as well as getting upgrades, you could really notice the damage increase. And that leads us to our sub count, and our current sub count is 160 people. We have got to the next 10 of people. We got 160. That is so cool, guys. Thank you very much. It means so much to me when I get new people. I hope you enjoy watching my channel and expect much more content here. But anyway, that's it for our Let's Talk. I hope you have a great week, guys. I will miss you, and I'll also see you when I play a game. But you know, it's great to like have a little Let's Talk between us two. Anyway, look out for my book, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and until next time, see ya!